Hello and welcome. This is Africa in 10 minutes, where we bring to you the top business news in Africa. Courtesy Footprint to Africa. I am Mirabel Aliladia. Here are the headlines. Kenya to host inaugural edition of East Africa's Renewable Energy Expo in Nairobi. Rwanda set to issue 50 mining licenses to boost investment by a fifth. Shagamu IPP Ltd seals $550 million deal with Chinese firm for 400 megawatts power plants development. Now the news in detail. Kenya, one of sub-Saharan Africa's fastest growing economies, has been selected to host the inaugural edition of an event dubbed the Renewable Energy Expo East Africa later this year. The affair has been touted as a new event dedicated to East Africa's multi-billion-dollar renewable energy market. The event comes at a time when demand for electricity in Africa is expected to triple by the year 2030. The expo will run from the 7th to 9th of November at the Kenyatta International Convention Center in the country's capital of Nairobi. It will debut alongside Kenya's largest building and construction event, the Big Five Construct East Africa. The launch edition of the Renewable Energy Expo East Africa is organized by DMG Events Middle East, Asia and Africa. DMG Events is the Middle East, Asia and Africa's leading exhibition and event organizer for the construction, interior design, energy, hospitality and coatings industry. Kenya is an attractive hub for renewable energy, investing a vast amount of resources into developing alternative modes of power, organizers of the Big Five Construct East Africa event said in a recent statement. The Big Five events will bring together suppliers and professionals together under one roof to network, meet new suppliers and secure lucrative deals. While investment activity is already evident in East Africa, we are launching the Renewable Energy Expo to offer a platform where suppliers can meet demand face-to-face. Our event will ensure the regional market has access to the latest products and technologies emerging from the fast-changing and thriving sector, said Kazi. Rwanda is set to issue 50 new licenses to mine metals that include gold, tin and tantalum this year that may help boost investment in East African nation by a fifth, the Rwanda Development Board said. The state-run board expects to obtain $2 billion of investment in 2018 compared with $1.67 billion last year. Chief Executive Officer Claire Akamanzi said in an interview in the capital Kigali. It's also seeking $200 million for a new innovation center in the city and is planning a project known as Kivu Belt to boost tourism, she said. We're expecting 50 new licenses this year in different areas, most especially in tantalum, coltan, tin and wolfram, and we're also expecting concessions in gold, Akamanzi said. The agency plans to advertise the new permits very soon, she said. Rwanda is expanding its mining industry as it seeks to accelerate growth to 7% this year from about 6% in 2017, President Paul Kagame said in an interview in November. The country is the world's second biggest producer of tantalum, a mineral extracted from coltan, an ore that is used to make components in smartphones, and Africa's third largest tin miner, according to the US Geological Survey. The United States Chamber of Commerce's U.S. Africa Business Center, in partnership with Microsoft and Strathmore University, is set to host an event titled Digital Drivers, Enabling the Growth of Africa's Digital Economy. The affair, which is to be held on February 27, 2018, aims to bring together government officials, industry experts, educators, and innovators to discuss how they can work together to establish a business-friendly, innovative environment for a digital Africa. The event will be presided by Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta, who will deliver a keynote address. Also set to attend the forum are Joseph Mucheru, Cabinet Secretary for Kenya's Ministry of Information and Communication, and Scott Eisner, President of the U.S. Africa Business Center at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is the world's largest business federation, representing the interests of more than 3 million businesses of all sizes, sectors and regions, as well as the state and local chambers and industry associations. Its Internal Affairs Division includes more than 80 regional and policy experts and 25 country and region-specific business councils and initiatives. The U.S. Chamber also works closely with 117 American chambers of commerce abroad. Strathmore University is a chartered university based in Nairobi, Kenya, and is known for its particularly successful accounting program. Microsoft Corporation is an American multinational technology company with headquarters in Redmond, Washington. It develops, manufactures, licenses, supports and sells computer software, consumer electronics, personal computers, and services. The three organizations and institutions hope to drive the growth in Africa's digital economy at a time when the new technology is revolutionizing the way businesses operate across the continent. Independent energy provider Shagamu IPP Limited has reached an agreement with Chinese firm China Energy Engineering Corporation Limited, also called Energy China, for the development of a 400 megawatts power plant. The power plant, which will be situated in Shagamu, Ogun State, Western Nigeria, is expected to cost $550 million US. Under the terms of the contract, Energy China will deliver the plant on a turnkey basis, providing engineering services, local construction, and balanced plants, This Day newspaper reported. Energy remains a major drawback to development in Africa. This has caused an increase in cost of production and running businesses in Africa. The erratic and unpredictable nature of electricity supply has endangered a deep and bitter sense of frustration that is felt across Africa. It, however, presents another opportunity for investors, particularly in the area of independent power projects, IPPs, that allow private developers play in the energy sector. The execution of the EPC is indicative that investors are spotting such opportunities. The execution of the EPC contract marks a significant milestone for the project and a major step forward in our objective of meeting the energy needs of Nigeria. Energy China is leading the financing of the project with strong support from international banks in China. We expect to achieve financial close by the third quarter of 2018, said Managing Director, CEO of SIPP Limited, Samuel Marcus. Commenting on the events, the representative of Energy China said, "We are very proud to be playing a key role in this landmark project. Building on our extensive experience of working around the world as one of the biggest energy infrastructure corporations, especially in the power plant market, we are looking forward to the successful completion of the project, as this will be good cooperation for the people of Nigeria and China." Construction of the plant is due to commence in 2018 and the plant will start operations in 2020. Nigerian businesses that collect, store and process personal data from European Union citizens for the provision of goods and services risk €20 million fine if they fail to comply with the new General Data Protection Regulation. The National Information Technology Development Agency, which drew to the attention of Nigerian businesses to this plan yesterday, noted that this regulation might have huge impact on Nigerian businesses and/or individuals that use information technology to collect, store, process and transact with EU citizens' personal data in EU territory or everywhere. According to the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NITDA, Dr. Issa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, it is in the utmost interest of the agency to protect Nigerian businesses from necessary exposure to the risk of this regulation and/or any regulations that might have negative impacts on their businesses, as well as the rights of Nigerians that have dual citizenship of any EU member state. Pantami said the regulation, which was adopted on April 27, 2016, will become enforceable from May 25, 2018, replacing the Data Protection Directive of 1995. It applies whether the data controller, an organization that collects data from EU residents or processor, an organization that processes data on behalf of data controllers such as data centers or the data subject, the person whose personal data has been collected is based within or outside any EU member state, if they collect or process personal data of EU citizens and residents, he said. That sums up the news for the week. Sit back for a recap. Kenya to host inaugural edition of East Africa's Renewable Energy Expo in Nairobi. Rwanda set to issue 50 mining licenses to boost investment by a fifth. Microsoft, US Chamber of Commerce, and Kenya's Strathmore University team to support growth of Africa's digital economy. Shagamu IPP Limited seals $550 million deal with Chinese firm for 400 megawatts power plant development. Nigerian businesses risk €20 million fine over non-compliance with EU data policy. To keep up with the trending business news in Africa, stay connected. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and connect with us on LinkedIn. These news reports are called From Footprint to Africa. For daily updates and more business news in Africa, log on to www.footprinttoafrica.com today. Footprint to Africa, business news made in Africa by Africans.